Deputy Speaker, I did not ever think that I would be standing in this place to talk about the game of golf and particularly to extol the virtues of the game of golf. I do support.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Hughes.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I did not ever think that I would be standing in this place to talk about the game of golf and particularly to extol the virtues of the game of golf. I do support.
The member. A division has been called for in the House. The proceedings are suspended to enable honourable members to attend the division. The proceedings will resume when the Chair of the Federation Chamber is resumed at the conclusion of the division or subsequent divisions. I call the member for Hughes in continuation.
Nonetheless, I do support this motion brought by the member for Forde, which brings to this place's attention the importance of the game of golf to our country, economically, financially, socially and also health-wise. And certainly, Deputy Speaker, I do not profess to be an expert on golf or even a regular player of golf or even a semi-regular player of golf. However, I was very glad that I was in the chamber to have heard from the member for Lyne, the member for Paterson, the member for Casey and the member for Hunter, who are all clearly very passionate about the sport for the sport's sake. So, Deputy Speaker, certainly on the few occasions that I've played golf, I have not covered myself in any type of glory, and I will share this story for the sake of embarrassing my husband about the one time that I did actually win a trophy in golf. I was playing with him and his mother-in-law. We were playing Ambrose in a competition out at Lake Cargelligo for a charity event at the time, and mostly due to the efforts of my mother-in-law and me, we won. We won the Bradman Prize. And Deputy Speaker, that consisted of 2 frozen chickens. And my husband refused even to get up and to accept the frozen chickens, but my mother-in-law and I were not so proud, and we were delighted. We're delighted to have won. So that is the one and only time I've ever won any prize in golf, and I do not see myself ever winning another prize. However, I am convinced by the terms of this motion in this place that we should acknowledge the tremendous role that the golf industry plays. And I also want to acknowledge the 3 excellent courses that I have in my electorate of Hughes. We have the Ridge Golf Course and Driving Range at Barden Ridge, Kareela Golf Club at Kareela, and also Brighton Lakes Recreation and Golf Club at Moorebank. And I was recently out at the Brighton Lakes to give them some 3 new flags: the Australian flag, the Aboriginal flag, and the Torres Strait Islander flag. So it was lovely to have a tour of their facilities. Deputy Speaker, some statistics about golf that have been released recently by the Australian golf industry does support this motion brought by the member for Forde, and it reveals some statistics such that golf provides $3.3 billion in total annual benefits to the Australian economy, the community, and there's also significant environmental benefits that are brought by this game. The growing and deepening participation in all forms of golf, and that golf's estimated annual household expenditure is in the realm of $10.3 billion. Apparently, on current statistics, 37% of adult Australians, which is over 7.2 million Australians, say they visit a golf course on a fairly regular basis. So this is a massive participation sport. It brings communities together. So that is why I think that this is certainly a motion that should be supported, and it should be acknowledged the benefits that golf brings both to local communities and also to the country as a whole. The overall contribution to the Australian economy is valued at about $394 million for businesses alone and about $122 million for industry workers. So this is yet another example, Deputy Speaker, of why the game of golf is very important to our economy. And Just in closing, because I am no expert on golf, I left it to Google, so I just wanted to reveal a couple of the golfing quotes that did come up. There is, of course, Mark Twain, "Golf is a good walk, spoiled." But then there is Greg Norman, who said, "Happiness is a long walk with a putter." Tiger Woods, and I've actually read Tiger Woods' biography, but when he said, "It's funny, the more I practice, the luckier I get," and that was when somebody out in the audience had said to him after he performed a particularly good shot, "Well, that was lucky, Tiger," and that was his response. But I will leave it to Hank Aaron. I am a baseball tragic. Hank Aaron, prolific player in the 50s, 60s and 70s, said, "It took me 17 years to get 3,000 hits in baseball. It took one afternoon on the golf course," and I have sympathy for that, Deputy Speaker.
I thank the member for her contribution. There being no further speakers, the debate is adjourned and the resumption of the debate will be made an order of the day for the next sitting, and I call the clock.